If you were walking along one particular street north of Seattle, in front of one home you would come across a beautiful collection of mosaics. Perhaps you would notice that each square features a 6-point or an 8-point star, and maybe they would make you happy. A mile or so away in Wallingford there is a studio, and people gather there to try their hand at an ancient art form, mosaic. And if you look closely, you'll see 6-point and 8-point stars there as well. And you'll see a woman named Claire Barnett helping others map out their masterpieces at this place she dreamed up. But there's something else happening here, something incredible. Kathy Bulfin feels it.
I feel a sense of relief that there's somewhere that I can just be, in a place in the world where we understand grief.
This is a place of healing. Linda Keeney lost her daughter in May. She comes here to think about her and create for her.
You can walk in kind of tense and messed up, and you're kind of okay after a little while. And that's the best I can do.
And I know with Claire why she started this, and about, people are in here for memorials. But it's almost like we've all experienced losses of all kinds.
Marie Kuzi mentioned why Claire started Seattle Mosaic Arts. To understand that, we need to go back to Claire's home, the one with the tiles in front. They are in the back of the house as well, dozens of them, all with stars, 6 points and 8 points. Really beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty, right? It's been 20 years and I'm just still, I was going to say I'm beginning to know that it's true, but really I wake up every day and can't believe it's true. So, you
don't allow your brain to go to that place. Is that what you mean?
Like, no, it won't go. It won't go. It's too unacceptable.
20 years. For the brokenhearted, it might as well be forever.
Good evening. It's a sad and difficult night for many families in the Northwest after the crash of Alaska Airlines Flight 261.
20 years ago, January 31st, 2000, a plane crashed into the ocean. On board that plane were Claire's daughters, Corey and Blake.
This is sand from the crash site.
Corey and Blake, frozen forever at 6 and 8 years old. Their artwork is on the walls of Claire's home. Their images, beautiful and alive, are everywhere. Claire's ex-husband, David Clemenson, who she had remained close with, was on the plane too, and his second wife, Carolyn, and Carolyn's son, Miles, and the girl's half-brother, baby Spencer. Also on the plane was little Blake's best friend, Rachel, and her sister, Grace, and their parents, Rod and Sarah Pearson, who were some of Claire's closest friends.
People often ask me, does it get easier over time? And I ask them to picture someone they love and then picture them not there for a week. Okay, maybe you miss them, but it's been a week. But then it's a month. It's not better you haven't seen them for a month. It's definitely not better if you haven't seen them for a year. So time is your enemy. It takes you away from, it takes me away from my daughters. So there's nothing comforting in the fact that it's been a longer amount of time since I've seen them. Having to endure this much time without them, I get stronger whether I want to or not. I've lived it now 20 years and I have better muscles. So it's kind of a exquisite torture chamber because it gets harder and I get stronger, and it gets harder and I get stronger.
2 years after the crash, on Corey's birthday, some friends and family came over and they made this mosaic table, an 8-pointed star, one for every year that Corey was on Earth. That's how the tiles in the garden started. The same people show up every year and make more. 6 points per star for Blake, 8 for Corey.
This one was done by Adrienne, who is my daughter Corey's, one of her very best friends.
And that's how the studio started. Claire was a successful doctor, and that continued for some time after the crash. But more and more, she was drawn to mosaic.
It is very much like you go into a zone, and it bypasses the front of your brain considerably, and it is the back part of your brain, and it's very very relaxing.
She quit her practice eventually and set about building a place, a community, where people who are suffering can come to grieve if needed and lean on one another.
Claire usually is very sensitive and can pick up on it, and one of her hugs is like nothing in the world.
You can kind of, tap across the thick cell walls and know you're not the only one there, even though you'd rather be the only one there.
She says she became a ghost the day the plane crashed. She's watched her daughter's friends grow up. One was married recently. I asked her if she's able to experience joy, and her answer was no.
There isn't any joy. And there's service, there's a way. I don't kill myself because I don't want to increase the pain in this world, but there's nothing really for me in it. But I do have something to offer, so I keep trying.
It's a dark, brutal reality, but it makes it all the more remarkable how this woman, locked away in her exquisite torture chamber, has found a way to change lives, to offer support, a form of comfort, maybe even a reason to continue. It's more than remarkable, really. It's a small miracle.